External nose is visible portion that projects from the face. Its skeleton is mainly cartilaginous. Nose vary considerably in size and shape, mainly because of differences in these cartilages. The dorsum of the nose extends from the root. The dorsum of the nose extends from the root of the nose to the apex or the tip of the nose. So the dorsum is divided into a root and an apex. The inferior surface of the nose is pierced by two pyriform openings. They are also known as pear-shaped openings or the nares. They are also known as nostrils or anterior nasal apertures. And these nares are bounded laterally by the ala or wings of the nose. So here you can see epicranius or the frontal belly of the frontoccipitalis muscle, root and bridge of the nose, dorsum nasi, ala of the nose, apex of the nose, the philtrum region, and the nares or the nostril. External nose. The superior bony part of the nose is the external nose. It includes, including its root, is covered by a thin skin. So the external nose is covered by a thin skin. The skin over the cartilaginous part of the nose is covered with thicker skin which contains many sebaceous glands. The skin extends into the vestibule of the nose where it has a variable number of stiff hairs. Because they are usually moist, these hairs filter dust particles from air which enter into the nasal cavity. The junction of the skin and mucous membrane is beyond the hair bearing area. Now we will look into the skeleton of the external nose. The supporting skeleton of the nose is composed of bone and hyaline cartilage. So it is made up of bone and hyaline cartilage. The bony part of the nose consists of nasal bones, that is a pair of nasal bones, frontal process of the maxilla. These are the frontal process of the two maxilla, the nasal process of the frontal bone and its nasal spine, and the bony part of the nasal septum. This bony part of the nasal septum is made up of the ethmoid and the vomer. So these are the bony part of the nasal process. Then we will go into the cartilaginous part. The cartilaginous part of the nose mainly consists of 5 main cartilages. So there are 5 main cartilages. There are 2 lateral cartilages, 2 alar cartilages, and 1 septal cartilage. The U-shaped alar cartilage are free. So these alar cartilages, they are free and movable. They dilate or constrict the nares when the muscles acting on the nose contract. So this is the lateral wall of the nasal septum. So here you can see the nasal septum is made up of a septal cartilage which is mainly made up of hyaline cartilage. This is the ethmoid bone or the perpendicular plate of ethmoid, and this is the vomer. So these are the 3 components of the nasal septum. They are the septal cartilage, perpendicular plate of ethmoid bone, and the vomer bone. The nasal septum divides the chamber of the nose into 2 nasal cavities and a bony part and a soft mobile cartilaginous part. The main components of the nasal septum are the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid, the vomer, and the septal cartilage. The thin perpendicular plate of the ethmoid bone, forming the superior part of the nasal septum, descends from the cribriform plate and is continued superior to the plate as crista galli. Next we come to vomer. It is a thin flat bone which forms the posterior inferior part of the nasal septum with some contribution from the nasal crest of the maxillary and palatine bones. The septal cartilage has a tongue and groove articulation with the edges of the bony septum. Clinical correlates nasal fractures. Because of the prominence of the nose, fractures of the nasal bone are common facial fractures in automobile accidents and sports. Fractures usually result in deformation of the nose, particularly when a lateral force is applied by someone's elbow. For example, the clinical features are the epistaxis or nosebleed, In severe fractures, disruption of the bones and cartilages resulting displacement of the nose or displacement of the nasal bones. When the injury results from a direct blow, the cribriform plate of the ethmoid bone may also fracture.